Welcome to another broadcast of the World Doom League Week 1. I am joined today again by Human Bones broadcasting ZTCTF04 featuring the Demon Slayers against Ty's Only Fans. Welcome, Bones.
Didn't we just do this? I feel like we were just here. But
We
thank you.
just were. We were here last night broadcasting the season opener. And that was a hell of a game. That went 3 rounds with the Superchargers barely defeating the Steel Ball Runners. And now we have a brand new matchup. These teams have never faced off before, with it, of course, being week 1. Demon Slayers headed by Captain Alpha with Hey Daddy, Drangzer, and Halloween following the roster. Ty's Only Fans featuring the namesake Ty as captain, a veteran captain who's been with the World Doom League and the precursor International Doom League for a very long time, since the inception of both. His roster will consist of Ed, Dastin, and Galactus. What is your reaction to this lineup?
Well, Alpha returning again. I think Alpha, he's not one of the big name captains, but he's had two really solid drafts as a captain where he has managed to put together teams that work well with each other. And when we were having the draft, Alpha was kind of going back and forth with a fellow captain Stal trying to draft Hatred until the point where Alpha just said, "You know what? I'm all in, $28 for Hatred," and that was kind of a surprise for everybody. And he rounded out his team really nicely with Dranzer. I mean, and as well as Dosu. So with all those guys, I think their positions are pretty interchangeable. Hatred, of course, is a longtime veteran of the game, and Dranzer, a WDL champion in his own right. Dosu been really stepping his game up in private CTF. Glad to see him on a team. And Alpha, Alpha's got that captain's mentality. He's got a really good ability to lead a team. So they're gonna be an interesting one this season. And for Ty, like you mentioned, Ty's been around forever, and I think Ty actually probably got one of the best drafts this season. He picked up some really solid players, players that were available for low dollar amounts that they probably should not have. So we know what we're getting at a Ty. Dastin has improved drastically over the last couple of years, catapulting from a fourth to captain material. He is a force to be reckoned with, both as a runner and a defender. Galactus, I don't recall if Galactus has played in the WDL before, but he has made a name for himself in pretty much every other league as a champion and a super strong teammate. Ed's been around for a long time too. Ed played in the IDL. Not sure if he's played in the WDL, but he's another really strong fragger. So this is a really, really good matchup to have on a map like Map 4 where you're going to see the best out of both teams.
Following up on that, Galactus has not logged in any games under the WDL as far as statistics have gone back to our knowledge. So he is a newcomer and is a strong player from the Xandronum side of things, if I recall right. Uh, One thing I'm curious to see is if there's going to be any conflict in the team between Alpha and Hate Daddy, also known as Hatred. Uh, Hate used to be a captain in his own right, so I kind of am curious if there will be a little bit of a power struggle that may hamper the Demon Slayers in this matchup. Map 04, for those of you who missed the season opener, is a big slugfest map, and with the state of skill for all players right now, it is very difficult for any team to close out a 5 flag victory.
We
All
haven't
games
seen
so
it yet.
far, yeah, we have not seen it yet. All games so far have not have expired with a 10-minute time limit. That being said, all it takes is one slip up and you can lose 2 flags at the snap of your fingers.
Yeah, I mean, if my memory serves me correctly, Hatred has been in this situation before where he's gone to a team with a captain that is maybe not quite as experienced as his fellow captains, but I think that's going to be a really good marriage this season because I think Hatred's going to be able to bring that kind of calm stability and leaving his skill out of it. I think he's really going to step up in a leadership role and help Alpha kind of lead that team. Um, and I think it's a good map for them to start off on because like we mentioned last night, it's a good team building map because it's a map that everyone has played for a long time. So we're not going to get any kind of surprise trick theories here. You're going to have a pretty common setup between both teams. So it's really going to come down to the communication and having seen Hatred play and having played with Dranzer and Dosu, I think that's a really strong team with communication. Now on the other side, of course, I think Ty is also one of the best communicators in the game. So he's always going to have his team ready. It's going to be a tough one. I don't know. How do you feel about these two teams matching up against each other? How do you feel about the outcome? Do you have any predictions? Do you have any idea of what's going to happen?
Well, I mean, both teams are have pretty strong frag power, so I see very few flag touches overall. I can't identify any core runners. Like a lot of players here listed on both teams are very strong mid or defensive players. One thing that I I might favor the Demon Slayers over Ty's OnlyFans because when I look at Ty's roster, I see a roster that is potentially emotionally unstable. I think there might be a morale problem if they get hammered early on. I'm hoping to be proved wrong and that we'll see a fantastic game that hopefully will go 3 rounds. But my prediction for this one would put DS in a 3 round victory with 2 ties. So one round in their favor and then 2 ties after that.
Well, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. I think we've seen over time you can cobble teams together with a bunch of talented players and really not have any synergy. But I think most of the time when you're able to get a team like this together through the draft, it's pretty powerful and it's hard to beat. And so, you're looking at the Demon Slayers. It's a team that, they've been practicing a lot, but I think when you stack them up next to Ty's OnlyFans, they come up a little short. So I'm actually going to go with Ty's team in two, but I would be delightfully surprised if Demon Slayers could make a really good game out of this.
All right. Well, we have two pretty opposite predictions here from your co-casters. So now
Yes,
I
these
think
are not forced opposite positions at all. I promise.
not at all. No, but one thing is for sure that this new season of the World Doom League, we have 10 teams that are very strong. All their lineups are a force to be reckoned with. We've already had 2 games so far this season. One, the season opener between Steel Ball Runners and Superchargers last night, that ended in a one round advantage for the Superchargers. And then we had the game earlier today between the Giant Pea Shooters and Sexual Panthers, where the Panthers actually closed out that game decisively with a 2 round advantage, putting them on top of the scoreboard for the standings for this week so far with 4 points. That being
Yeah,
said,
it's an up and down season. I think you're going to see a lot of changes in the scoreboard. So, it's week one, but it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a long one. Long season.
yeah, we have a variety of different maps coming up. Like map 4 is this map that you're seeing on your screen with all the slideshow pictures showing off the map. For those of you who aren't aware, is a very close quarters map, very grindy map. The rest of the season is going to have a variety of maps that are going to test teams in a lot of different ways. And at this point, we are approaching game time here, and I'm going to try to connect to the server and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Gonna give a shout out to my guy TJP.
Dax just prime getting a shout out from HumanBones. And I'm looking at the spectator list. I see a couple people from DS here. Galactus filing in. All right. And we did run into a little bit of an issue with spectating the season opener because I was not aware of Odomex having a feature to where you can follow the flag carrier at the push of a button. So we'll be able to follow the flag carriers a little bit closer this time around.
Yeah, it really actually saves you a lot of whiplash trouble when you can just press a button.
Oh yeah, instead of frantically hitting the Spynex key, trying to figure out who has the flag. In a map like this where, I'll fly through it real quick while you wait for the teams. You got your flag room, an underground sewer area, little hallway, and then you got the main mid area. So it's very close quarters, as you can see. Players can travel to and from point A to point B in a short amount of time. The underground area, I'm kind of staring at the ground here because from roughly this line at the center of the screen, if a player dies here with the flag will actually drop through the fake floor in the middle, and that can be a legitimate strategy if a flag runner is in trouble.
Yeah, we've seen that in every game so far, actually. We've seen different strategies by teams. You know, we've seen some actually try and coordinate. You know, if they think that they're not having a good enough run or they're not strong enough to get a flag all the way over to their base in one shot, they will actually try to drop the flag through the fake floor, and so that's caused some concern when that happens between both teams. You know, it's always kind of like a scramble. And then you've seen, you know, people that use the tunnels normally. They press the switch and the door opens and they go through. So, you know, you've seen some differing strategies here.
Yeah, communication is definitely going to be key if a team is going to try that strategy. Like, hey, look, I'm going to drop the flag here. Get ready. And that has paid off for teams in the past. We'll see if that will actually come to fruition for any teams now. I mean, this map is very frantic.
Well, it looks like we've got Alpha, Hate Daddy, and Dranzer over there on red. And I'm actually kind of curious. I'm wondering who is going to play for Ty's OnlyFans. I think that's a team full of 4 starters, so are we going to see all 4 of them play? Are we going to see just a specialized lineup? Going to be interesting how they're going to match up. I think their best bet is probably to switch out one guy, you know, each round, and get everyone some playing time. But you know, Ty is somebody that can kind of surprise you with his lineups and his strategies. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles that one.
Right now, there's a disagreement in chat about the tag size. Are you aware of the tags required to be 33 characters or not?
I don't know if it's a requirement so much as it is that it makes Ralphus's life easier to have the tag be 3 letters long for a stat.
Oh, we don't care about that, do we? I didn't mean to join.
I never have. Historically, you can ask him.
Well, we're just waiting for 2F to file in. Actually, we do have a 3-man right here. Dastin, Galactus, and Ed look like they're going to be... They may be the starters.
Ty benching himself? Could be interesting. See? Surprises. Surprises from Ty.
That's... To me, that is a surprise, because Ty is a very strong fragger and shown to be very powerful on defense and mid.
You know, actually not an unheard of strategy. Alpha has done it in the past when he was captaining. Altstab did it a couple seasons ago. He sat himself because he felt like his team played better without him. So it's, you know, it's not unheard of, but it's definitely uncommon. Especially when you've got someone with the knowledge that Ty has. I don't believe he's actually going to sit, but...
Yeah, just because they're joining in warm-up doesn't mean that's the lineup they're fielding. Looks like people are restarting for demos.
And, you know, the more that we cover Ty games here, the more you'll notice that there's a lot of waiting. And, you know, Ty just runs on his own clock, and that's okay.
Well, it is 5 minutes past game time. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to talk over you there, but I wanted to make the joke that it is 5 minutes past game time, and it is not midnight 30 p.m. when you get this
I
game
was
on the
like
road.
midnight 60. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems to change every time we bring it up.
Nah, midnight 60. You know, it leaves out the confusion of what.
Oh my
It's so
god.
stupid. But
On December 32nd.
yeah.
Alright. Well, let's see.
You know, I think Alpha's best play here. You need. Okay, you need to emphasize a couple things on this map, but you need to emphasize having a strong defender and having as many touches as possible. So I think he needs to have a person that can frag the best defending. And I know that that doesn't always necessarily mean that you're a good defender, that you can frag a lot, but you need to have kind of a heavy hitter back there, especially when you're going up against a team like Ty's OnlyFans. And as long as they can continue to put the pressure on them, get a lot of flag touches, it's going to be their best to take this game.
Well, let's see. Official answer. Join server info kick tie. What is happening? I'm trying to follow the chat here.
Join server and vote. I believe Ty is busy playing Xandronum. Someone mentioned that earlier. He's playing.
Oh, that's just Prime. Let me know through this incredibly tiny console chat that Ty's playing Mega Man on Xandronum, which is a different source port. And he is apparently unaware that his team is on the block. It may be... I wonder if his team will play without him. We do have 3.
I guess it depends on how long Alpha's willing to wait.
I'm getting feedback that voice volume is down, and I'm trying to figure out if that's... I haven't changed any settings, so I don't know.
I mean, you're pretty loud to me, but that's because I kind of have to hear what you say, you know?
Well, feedback is always appreciated. We're kind of cobbling this together on the spot. Working out well so far.
The arrival of Ty.
Oh my god, he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty has arrived.
Ty was busy drafting his team for the summer 2009 IELTS.
So now we may actually get this game underway.
We might.
I'm getting... Jewar says that you're quiet. I can raise your volume too. Let's see here. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I had you lowered yesterday, I think. Now you're back at 100%.
Excellent.
You should be easily heard over the game chat.
I can talk a little louder.
I think you're fine.
Alright.
If not, I'm sure... Okay. Thank you, J-Warrior. I appreciate the feedback. Also, thanks to Here There One and J-Warrior for the follows on the stream. We'll be trying to do more of these as the weeks progress. And then uploading the recorded video to YouTube, to the official YouTube later. But, and I should make an overlay for this as well when I talk about this point, but you can go to doomleague.org and there will be a schedule posted, a schedule link at the top of the page, and it will have times in Eastern Standard Time for any scheduled games, and that happens week to week, and when they're finalized, they will be up on the schedule page. So if you want to make time in your day for our 25-year-old game, That's probably the best way to figure out when the games are going to happen.
All right, looks like both teams
Why do
are
I keep
ready to
joining?
go. I
I
don't
can't
know.
spell.
You're
Need to
eager.
unbind
You're eager to get this
spacebar.
started.
Dude, I'm ready. Where's the call vote? Does DMS? Oh yeah, all 4 members of each team are in.
Looks like you can't tell what the Ties OnlyFans starting lineup is, but DMS, as I mentioned before, Dranzer, Hatred, Alpha.
Yeah, I'm not. I would agree with that, G Warrior. I think that the number of spectators should be restricted. Just to avoid the incredible amount of chat spam that we end up having.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, I think a lot of people do follow the rules, you know, and if they're spectating, they talk in team chat. But it does create this, you know, this thing where it's just that noise over and over and over and over, and it's kind of distracting.
I also am curious if we'll restrict the player count too, so that people don't accidentally join, or there's no reason to have more than 3v3, which is regulation format. And we are going to be getting underway. Call vote restart has been initiated, and
please remember to smile and have fun, says Ed.
And we're going to start this game watching Dr. Noob, seeing what he does.
Ed, Ty, and Dad.
Mid.
That is the starting lineup.
Both flags out. We're watching Dranzer shot down by Dr. Noob. Flags have been returned.
Looks like Ed might be playing some mid here, trying to help out his defender, making some pushes when he can.
Dranzer seeming unable to get in the blue base. Watching over to Ty until another flag gets taken. Ty appears to be playing a little bit forward defense in the lower part of the map.
Looks like
we have Dastin with the red flag shot down quick.
Can't get out, but it looks like Demon Slayers are running 2 right now.
Alpha
not
on
quite
defense.
Breaking through that wall.
No, that wall just got... Oh! Dr. Noob with the flag, trying to get out. 40 health. Juking shots. Can't get out of there.
Ed with a good touch there, but he couldn't shake Alpha.
Switching over to Hate Daddy. Can't get out off the pedestal. Brought down super quick.
By the way, I could not hear you if you were speaking at all.
I just realized my microphone was muted in Discord.
Okay.
I accidentally hit scroll lock my bind for that. Whoops.
No worries. My monotone voice carried us through.
It's all good.
Hey Daddy's playing that turret defense right now.
Yeah, both teams willing to fall back into their own base. And that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah, you're not going to see a lot of experimentation in round 1, I don't think.
Yeah, I agreed. Every team feels each other out for a little bit. And then we'll probably see more adjustments as the game either progresses based on pressure or another round. Dastin could not get out of red base.
Yeah, it's just kind of a slaughter right now in the middle.
Dr. Noob lowering the gate, but can't get to the flag and back in time. Just swarmed by defenders.
I mean, that's the story of this map. Eventually, some combo, some duo, you know, they're gonna have the right communication. They're gonna be able to get a flag out, but
Dastin unable to get the flag out of there. So there's
right
gonna be a lot of touches.
Hard to find.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it's tough to find a moment where you can grab the flag and get out without being swarmed by spawns. Dastin with another touch, but brought down quick by a respawn. that's the story of the map, really. Not only are you fighting the defenders, but you're also fighting the spawns when they come back, and they already know where you are. So you have a very small window to get out of the base.
Dastin making some really good runs here, getting some good touches, but yeah, no one's able to get out of the base right now. Both teams are all kind of swarming on the flag runner once they hear that alert that their flag's been taken.
It's a very common strategy, too, for defenders to wait for the flag to be taken before pulling that trigger. Pretty much guarantees a kill because you know the runner has to touch the flag.
Right, you just point yourself right at the flag. You're like, come on, go through. I'm waiting for you.
Drank's getting a little bit of lag spike. Dr. Noob with the flag. Got cover.
See, here we
out
go.
to mid.
He's got cover from Dastin.
Doing cross.
Oh, he doesn't
Drops.
make the jump.
Oh, no. It does not drop below. But now we have Hatred with a reverb. Oh, nope.
That was a good return from Red. Good positioning to get that flag not falling through the floor there.
No, for sure, and that flag was close to getting out. Dastin out, clearing away, 25 health in the base. That's the first flag on the board for Ty's OnlyFans. The first nail in the coffin. 5 minutes and 1 flag capture.
So
Pressure
now they've
is
broken the
on.
ice. Yep. They broke the ice. Now let's see what Demon SlayerS can do. You know, in the past, I think Dranzer's been known as a heavy fragger, but it looks like he's making most of the flag touches here. So it seems to be that he's on offense. Could be that they switch that up if it doesn't work in a couple minutes here.
We'll look at the scoreboard for a quick second. Flag discrepancy is about 10, which isn't really saying a whole lot. Frags are spread pretty evenly throughout the teams. You can't see flag touches on the in-game scoreboard, but when the statistics are posted afterwards, you'll be able to see everything in detail.
Yep, Dranzer making some good runs, but you know he's making frag heavy runs, so he will take down like 3 or 4 guys, then he'll get the flag, and it's like, okay, if you kill all these guys, they're just gonna spawn and stop you from getting out of the base. So maybe he's gonna adjust himself to be a little bit sneakier. Here we go.
Dastin gets out at the edge. The pickup. Can he? Oh, doesn't hold. It was returned, and now we have Dranzer brought down, but they got the flag returned at the inches away from scoring it, and that's the important part. Hatred with a run, 10 health, can't make it out.
It was almost a good run there. Some of that patented Dranzer frag power right there.
Watching Dastin a little bit, he seems to be doing pretty good at getting flag touches out. We're watching Dranzer now. Nope, not enough. He went across the hallway, which is not a very common route for a runner. Now we have mutual flags taken, but Dranzer's out with 75, 25. Made it.
Very nice.
And that was some pretty excellent cover. Yeah, Dranzer going for another. Can't make it out. And now it's been tied up with 3 minutes left to go.
That was really good support from Hate Daddy there.
Yeah, Hatred is a type of player who is frag heavy, but he's very aware of the situation on the map.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good distinction because I think there are a lot of frag heavy players that kind of have no idea what's going on except what's right in front of them, and he's not. You know, he controls the tempo of the game, and he's such an impactful player.
Alpha dealing with 2 people in the base. Dr. Noob not able to get out. Dranzer with another touch. Nope.
Flag falls
Both flags returned. Oh.
Yeah, flag is in the sewers right now.
Anyone going under?
Who's going for it?
That's a good return from Alpha.
We got 2 minutes left. We're all tied up 1-1. It's a really close game here. Frags have actually shifted in Red's favor, and now it's tied, but they've caught back up. They closed that frag gap.
Dranzer trying to get out. 2 people on him with 10 health. Usually doesn't happen that way.
Looks like Dranzer woke up. Starting to frag some more.
We have Ed trying to make it out of there with the flag, but he has cover, but sometimes you just get overwhelmed.
Both teams are doing a really good job of covering their runners, but this map's so difficult to score on that it's not working out for him.
Dranzer with 100 health, 80,
here.
trying to get out.
Oh, he didn't make the jump.
Oh no, he did not
Flag's
make
under.
the jump.
Flag is in the sewers.
Flag's under Dranzer. He's gonna be holding the bait. Oh no, he's making another run.
And that was really smart. Let's see if he gets this.
Nope, but they're all
So
three
close.
defenders.
So close. That was really smart.
All three of blue came in.
Dranzer knew that blue was all going to the sewers to return it, so he just said, I'm gonna wait on the flag and take it when you're not noticing. Almost worked out for him.
Yeah, very close to actually paying off there, especially with a minute left. We have 30 seconds left in this round right now. Time is of the essence. They have to, either team has to score.
What do you do here? Do you go for the tie, or do you just go all out?
Right.
Try and win the round?
Do you play for the long game for a 3-rounder, or do you risk everything? Do you pull your defender? Do you do 3 offense?
Looks like both teams decided to throw the white flag and ensure that we're going to get a 3rd round here.
Pretty good captures from both teams. Not much of a frag discrepancy here. Everyone's kind of pulling their weight.
It was pretty back and forth. Like, Ties Only fans were up by 10 frags, and then Demon Slayers were up by a couple frags, and so yeah, it just went back and forth there. Really a good game.
We're going to start off watching Ed. Also, thanks and welcome to Dorky watching our World Doom League broadcast. Again, this is week 1. First time these teams have played together as a unit and against each other. Ed not really able to really get into the base, as it were. Dashed out, but it dropped to mid. Returned. Is it underneath? No,
I don't know, but
Ed with a lower run. He's sitting at mid though, afraid to push up.
Would have ran right into the base.
Yeah,
there,
his team.
He still gets it.
His team covered him well. He had 2 people there waiting to cover him, and it worked out. Ties Only fans taking a early flag lead. That was a pretty good shot through the little bridge.
That was, yeah.
Dr. Noob returning the flag. Daston with a run. Cut short. Daston with another run. Also not able to get out. Alpha's aim pretty strong. Who haven't we watched the whole lot?
For the runs here.
We'll
We
watch
actually haven't watched Ty, have we?
Yeah, we haven't watched Ty. I'm watching Ty right now.
Looks like Ty is doing his back and forth, covering the entire base defense here.
Yeah, going from the upper to lower entrances. Lots of touches on Reg's flag. And as any runner will tell you, the more touches, the more chances you got.
Oh, Ty lucked
Ty
out there
with a great defend. Yeah.
Yeah. Still, he had to make the shot. You're right.
Sorry, I keep talking over you.
No. Please.
Alright, so we're 8 minutes left. 1-0. No team has run away with anything so far, so it's anyone's game.
Yep, things have kind of quieted down a little bit in blue base. Seems like maybe Demon Slayers are playing a little bit more defensively. They don't want to give up under the cap so early.
Next Hatred with a touch. Body blocked by his teammate. And that ended up costing them everything there.
Yeah.
As Daston ran unopposed. Bringing the score to 2-0.
That was tough. Demon Slayers almost got a flag out, but their support couldn't quite kill that last defender, and Ty's only fans just caught him out of position. So now they're up 2-0.
And it is... That also shows the big importance about not being body blocked too. I mean, that only lasted maybe a second, but it was enough to doom them both.
Yep. Oh, really good coverage here.
Great coverage for Ty to finish that run. Was that a run from Ty?
That was a Ty pickup capture.
Nah, it was
actually.
a pickup capture.
From the middle.
Drancer trying to get out, can't make it happen. The score's now 3-0. Dyson going for another one.
Yeah, you know, after making it such a close game last round, it seems like Ty's only fans have kind of ripped things open right now. Demon Slayers probably got to start looking at changing up their strategy here, just to kind of counteract what Ty's team has been able to do.
Game is still not close to over. We have 6 minutes left. But the pressure is mounting for the Demon Slayers to actually tie this back up. It's proving to be quite difficult. At what point do you, as a team, say, alright, maybe this round's a wash, what do we do next round? When do those discussions take place? Do they take place at the 5-minute mark? Or sooner?
No, I think they take place around the 2-minute mark. Because ideally around the 5-minute mark, you're going to want to start changing up your strategies, trying to do anything to get back into this game. And, you know, when stuff just it's not working for you, you can't figure anything out, then you got to start talking about, you know, what you're going to do when the game starts next time. Because it's really important to get that first cap and to put the pressure on the other team. It really matters how you start off a round. So you want to be prepared. I would say they probably got about 3.5 minutes before, you know, they start to have those conversations, but it looks like they're trying to put more pressure on Ty's team right now.
And it's proving to be pretty tough. I mean, while I'm watching Dasting's runs, and the defending team is not entirely clearing him out every time he gets up there, delaying them from pushing back out for more runs. And that in itself is a great strategy for a runner.
Yeah, because, you know, Ty's team has not stopped running two. I mean, they've consistently run two guys this entire time, and Demon Slayers have they've fallen back. They're trying to stop the bleeding, and you know that's a really advantageous position to be in for a team, to know that you've got people pushed back. So they got to start putting a little bit more pressure.
We'll watch over the overview of the map here for a second. Watch the little Doom guys run around, shoot each other out of the air. Much like ships in the night, except with shotguns. Drancer out of the base with the flag in hand. Can they return in time? Flag carrier killed and returned by Ed. Ed with the flag out, but not with enough health to survive that one.
The flag is still down there.
But the flag is picked up by Ty and brought back with another great pickup capture. Ty, that's the second one.
Demon Slayers just don't seem to have a lot of communication. Once their flag gets taken, they can't seem to coordinate where it's gone, how to get there, who's returning it. It just doesn't seem to work out for them.
Drancer with another pickup. He's out to mid. Watching him, 60 health, 5. He's looking to drop it below. Can he get the pickup?
Well, he made his only play. He got the pickup, but he's got two guys there.
One upper, they see him. He's going to go fight toe-to-toe with him, and it cost him the flag. Right on the return. Yeah, mutual returns. Mutual returns.
It's gotta be the new name of this stream.
There it is. The Mutual Return League. Ooh. Hey Daddy with the flag in base. Looks like they're on the board. It is not a shutout. 4-1.
Nope.
2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. The Drains will get out. Nope.
If anything, even if they're not able to bring this back and tie it, you know, they found something where they can actually score a flag here. Maybe they can carry over that momentum into the final round. But let's not count them out yet.
Dyson trying very hard to close out this game.
Red is trying to train those flags out.
We're going to take another look at the scoreboard. A frag discrepancy is growing, 40 frags in favor of Ty's OnlyFans, showing that defensive power of Ty. And Ed with 82 frags on the board. It's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive. Huge difference from round 1, where the frags were pretty much even. Something has gone wrong for Demon Slayers here. They have some time to figure it out.
They seem confused half the time about where each other is.
Yeah, like I said, they just can't seem to communicate well with each other on where the flag is once it's been taken from them.
Good mid clear from Drangzer, but can't get back into the base.
So, you know, you have to wonder, I'm sure they're talking about it, what do you do next round? Do you stick with what works? Or do you try to change things up?
Oh, Drangzer out with 55, but not enough. Ed dying on the footsteps of his own base. Very close to getting cover.
You know, that's the thing about Doom, is you can practice the same positions over and over again and have success, but if it doesn't work in the game, are you going to change it up?
And there have been...
Do you have the ability to change it?
There have been cases where teams will run the same setup, just with, you know, one or two tweaks and do so much better. That's how much finesse goes into these league matches.
Yeah, you know, I find, though, that if something's not working for me, I will change it up to something I've never practiced before. Just because, I mean, at a certain point, you're grasping for straws, and it ends up working. So you just never know what's going to work. But continuing to run the same thing over and over again is not the option.
That is Ty's OnlyFans taking round 2, 4-1, putting the game in their favor. They are playing for a win going into round 3.
Yep, that was a dominating performance from Ty's team.
Whoops. Can do that. And let's see, who are we gonna watch? Let's watch Drangzer first. Because the pressure is on the Demon Slayers to actually get a flag in. And get it in early. Put the pressure on the team. Because they're playing for a tie at this point.
Yep, they are 1 flag down. Now they're 2 flags down, if you think about it. They have to win this game in order to go for the tie.
Alpha away, but
wow.
not enough health to survive the slime. Meanwhile, Daston, 20 health.
Might be able to pick it up.
Returned. Yet Drangzer with a fresh run, but rocked down quickly.
You gotta give DMS some credit for these runs here.
They're doing all they can. They're stringing them together.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they gotta do. They gotta keep their opponent on their toes.
It feels to me that they need to be able to cover each other more. That's where they're failing, in my opinion.
Yep.
Drangzer with a fresh run.
Yeah, Drangzer had 2 really good spawn frags there. Couldn't quite make it.
Ty playing a kind of a forward D here. Punished a little bit. Daston with a 100 health run. Ooh, wings that engagement. Now it's a flag standoff. And Ty with a pickup. And that pickup, again, another pickup from Ty.
Yeah.
Showing
that could have been a good one for DMS, but
yeah, just that support.
Yeah.
A support from Ty making the difference, where otherwise it would have been a return. But they got 8 minutes to work with. I've seen stranger comebacks.
Yeah. The game doesn't stop till the clock hits 0.
There was famously one playoff match where the timer not only hit 0, but it disappeared from the screen and someone had scored a flag. So the game is never over.
I was just gonna mention that game.
Yeah. It's like the best example.
Because it was against us.
Yeah. That's right. What a game.
Season 1, baby.
Hi, holding it pretty strong on defense here. They're not able to really clear him out of the base long enough to make a solid run. Dranks are trying to get out past Ty. Just not quick enough, not decisive enough.
Ty's doing a really good job of actually pushing out onto the bridges and controlling the middle from that point. They're not letting anybody from Demon Slayers get into their base untouched.
Oh, what do we got going on here? Mutual return. All right. I was gonna look at the scoreboard. Frag's only spread of 10.
Yep, it's a little bit like round 1, except the flag difference is a little bit higher.
It appears to me that are they playing 2D on blue? Kinda looks like
it. Looks like it. Hatred is making these runs and he keeps coming up against 2 people, but...
Well, if Dastin keeps making these touches and forcing the Demon Slayers back further and further, they can't commit everyone to offense if Dastin is going to be continuing to touch the flag.
There we go. Here's a good run.
Hatred with a run, but Ed is at mid.
Ed was just sitting there.
And he says, nah.
I think that's been the difference here. I think you've seen Ty's team have really good positioning when Demon Slayers come out with the flag. You know, there's always someone there to support Ty. Always someone there to help.
And in particular, Ed has been a powerhouse in terms of frag power. Again, putting up the most of his team. That round where we saw he had a huge number of frags, he was also primarily floating around mid, doing support for his team on both ways. And he helped out Ty there with a nice return. Dastin trying to get out of red. Can't seem to get quite clear, but it might be enough. It is not.
Well, Hatred got the frag and Alpha returns it.
Dastin with another touch.
I mean, you can't deny that Demon Slayers are getting more touches here. They're just not getting the flags out.
Yeah. In terms of efficiency,
here we go. Here's the good one.
Tough. Hatred with a flag run. Stops
of course, their flag's gone.
To mutual. And he's got low health in the base. 20-0. Ed clearing away. But there's one in the base. Not. Just so close.
Yeah.
That makes it 3-0 in favor of Ty's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Another nail in the coffin.
They've got to grab 4 flags at least in order to go for the tie.
Dastin with a good touch. Can't get past the defense on that one, but even the touches alone are enough to take the pressure off his defending team.
You know, even if they're not able to make this comeback, they gotta be happy with the fact that they were able to get 1 point.
If you were the captain of the Demon Slayers right now, what would your takeaway from this be?
Well, I think as Ty's team scores another, you know, I think where they faltered was they actually had really good coordination getting into a base and at least getting out into the middle, but when they were able to get flags over into their own base, their flag was always gone, or there were always enemies over there. And, you know, they were just never able to clear it to score any flags. And
all right, and there it is.
There you have it.
In an actually decisive 3-round victory.
Yep.
Ty's OnlyFans has actually taken the first 5 flag victory in map 4. So that means that Ty's OnlyFans come away as winners. So they will be gaining 2 round, 3 round victory is 3 points, I
That's
believe.
correct. 3 points.
So the Demon Slayers will get 1 point for taking it to 3 rounds due to that tie in round 1. So they're not looking as bad as my team right now. But they definitely have some issues to work out. That mid support proved to be absolutely crucial for Ty's OnlyFans, especially the pickups from Ty, who I'm honestly going to give the MVP award to. His single man defense was enough to stop Duranzer repeatedly, while being able to be flexible enough to get those pickups and capture them repeatedly.
I think I gotta give the MVP award to Ed. He had some monster frags in round 2, and I think that really changed the flow of the game. Before that, I mean, round 1 was super low scoring, super even. Round 2 was kind of where Ty's OnlyFans were able to take over and show. They showed Demon Slayers what they really were, and Demon Slayers were not able to recover in round 3. So I think Ed getting 85, 90 frags there in round 2 was really what was the turning point for the game. And you asked me what I would take away as the captain of the Demon Slayers. I think their coordination and their teamwork just needs a little bit more. Just needs a little bit more rounding of the edges. I guess they had some really good tandem runs there, but they were just never able to make anything happen once they got out of Blue's base. So they just have to work on that, and getting a point out of it, getting a point out of a game where you play against, like we mentioned, some really strong players together on a team. I mean, you can't really complain about that. And there's 4 more games for them to improve upon. So
That's right. We
not
have
not
5.
altogether a bad showing. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're right. No, you're fine. Um, we have 5 weeks of games, so it's 5 distinct maps for each team to play on, to refine their technique on, to bring out new strategies, because each map can be quite radically different in how they approach it. Next week, Ty's OnlyFans will be going up against Rip and Tear, who we will see later tonight. That is a team of Stallion, Chain Dude, AVC, and Shane. Next week, let's see. Who is Demon Slayers facing off against Best Ever, who we are going to see later tonight at about 10:30 Eastern. Their Map 04 game for this week. Going to be another slugfest. Let's see. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Has each game gone to 3? No, our game went to 2. Was only 2 rounds.
So far,
But
yep, that is
yeah.
the case.
However,
But
Ty's OnlyFans is the first team to get 5 flags in 1 round.
it's actually a big accomplishment on a map like this. And it's interesting because I think 3-round games they've pretty much become the norm. I think players are at a level now where they can, kind of react to what's happened and give a counterpunch, to their opponents. So I think we're going to see a lot more 3-round games, not only this week but throughout the whole season.
Yeah, players' frag power and flexibility in positions and tactics have exponentially increased since we started doing this Capture the Flag League. So who knows what we're going to see with the next game, which will be Best Ever, led by Ross King against, how do I say this? Oh, Blessed Blom, led by Infer.
Yep.
Probably not how you say that, but
Nah, I think it's as close as you're going to get.
probably. We'll just go with that. But
Yeah.
we'll be seeing them at 10:30 Eastern tonight. We're going to be back, and I'm going to try to get another co-host that time, kicking bones to the curb, and we might actually get the commissioner of the WDL himself to co-cast that game. So thank you, Bones, for another great casting session.
Thanks for
for
having
week
me.
1. Absolutely, and we're going to play you off with the WDL theme once again. Hope to see you all again later tonight. Take care, y'all.
Sound resumed.
And that's sound resumed, but we're going to have to fix that at some point. But it's okay. For now, we're going to play you off with video and a little bit of tunes. See you all later tonight.